Welcome to part 2 of my 2020 journey. I hope you enjoyed part 1. I presume you did if you're watching this part. So I will guide you through the rest of the kind of activities I did. Of course, it's fair to say that I haven't talked about absolutely everything I did this year, or else this video would go on for hours. But I'm trying to give you the highlights and show you some of the journey that I took. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. So also in June, we went to Lodz, which was a lovely, lovely city. Some very great architecture. It has quite a strong economic history for Poland because of the manufacturing that was done there, which is why I compare it to the Polish Manchester in my video, which somehow managed to actually be really popular very quickly. I was amazed. It had that kind of went, I wouldn't say viral, because I think for something to go viral, it has to hit millions of people. But it's had over 1,000 views, which I'm very, very happy with, given how my videos often do on the channel. It's where Zakopkane's from. There's a lot of history, a lot of kind of mixtures of cultures, which you can really see when you're walking around. So that was a wonderful visit for me. So then we got to July. Now, we celebrated July by taking advantage of the borders opening, and we took a Flixbus to Germany. Precisely, we went to Berlin, and we went there for a weekend. We stayed at a hostel. Things were open. Bars, restaurants, everything was open. Life seemed pretty normal there. I don't really remember many people having to wear face masks except when you're inside. And Berlin was a beautiful place, lots of museums. I'm really glad I got to see what I did see there. Lots of architecture. They've got this incredible park, the Garten, I think. Tiergarten, sorry. Which was, we walked around at like 6 a.m. But it was beautiful. There were like rabbits everywhere and squirrels and things. And I'm a big fan of nature, so this was wonderful for me. So yes, we went around Berlin, and that was a great weekend. I have been to Germany before, but it was my first time going to Berlin, so I was very happy and excited to see that, and learned a lot about the history, of course, after the Cold War and what happened there. So also in July, I had a birthday. And actually this year, my birthday was a bit unusual because on the day itself, I was in Odessa. So this was another trip basically Odessa organised. And, bless her, as a kind of birthday present, she sort of paid for me, paid for the flight and stuff. It sort of balanced out in the end because I kind of ended up buying food and things out there. But it was a lovely gesture. We went around the city a lot. We went to, I believe it was like the Zakopane fortress, which was like a bus ride away, and we went to like the catacombs beneath the city. Spent a lot of time on the beach. Went to a few bars. It took some tour guides. Odessa, I really liked. It's maybe not a very modern city in some senses, but it's a beautiful place, and actually, I really want to see more of Ukraine because the people I've met from there have been lovely, and the time I've spent in that country, I've enjoyed, and I would like to go back and see Kiev and In fact, this year I was supposed to be going to Kiev and Chernobyl and things, and it was kind of sad that certain plans got destroyed this year. But this is what happens. So yes, so we did Odessa, and then at the end of July, I threw a little bit of a kind of a birthday celebration. Went to the Vistula, and there was this kind of beach area a bit up in the north. So I had like an outdoor barbecue. A few friends came and joined, and we got drunk, had some food, had some conversation. It was a great way to catch up with a lot of people that I hadn't seen for a long time. And yeah, because unfortunately by this point, of course, we were all working from home. In fact, since coming back to Poland, working from home was the norm, and it's something that I don't enjoy. I like to do it occasionally, but every day is one of the things that I'm really hoping we get back to normal on in 2021. But anyway, let's focus on this year. So next was August. So August, if I remember correctly, was the time that Agata went off to Mexico. And I, like once in a lifetime trip. I would have loved to have joined her, but honestly, the finances were a bit much for me. But I did nothing to stop her because, she was desperate to get away. She's a big traveling fanatic, and this year was hard for her. And ironically, she traveled an insane amount. Anyway, so this is when I started to do a bit of solo traveling on my own. So August is when I went to Olsztyn. First of all, I saw my friend Basha, and again walked around this lovely city in the sun. Enjoyed some parks, enjoyed some lakes, enjoyed some nice beer, and some wonderful company. So that was great. I also went to Lublin. I'm still to make the video for this. It's my bad. I will get it done soon. And Lublin, again, a Polish town, very much kind of wrapped in history, and definitely, it's kind of like on the eastern side of Poland. Some people call it part of Poland B. I might discuss that in another video. That's not for now. But I went to a brewery there, and I had some wonderful beer and a lot of walking. So again, it was good to see. I really want to see more and more of Poland. Okay, so also in August, when Agata got back, we went to Prague again, and we went to this place called the Neon Museum. So this is a museum dedicated to the signs, because during the, particularly I think during the communist regime here, the neon signs were their kind of way of expressing themselves. And so there is a museum dedicated to some of the, the more famous signs that were put up around Poland, and giving you a little bit of the history of that. So that was a fun day out. Okay, so moving on to September. So I went to Poznan. I went to see my friend Max, who lives there, and I had again, a lot of walking. Poznan is a wonderful place for learning about the origins of Poland. There's a great museum for that. There's one of the oldest cathedrals there. There's a beautiful lake. There's a wonderful town square. It has everything, really. It's a great place to spend time, and I think I know people who have lived there, and they absolutely love living there. And off from Poznan, there was a place called Gniezno, and I really wanted to go and see Gniezno because it is the first capital city of Poland in history. And actually, this is another video that I need to put some thought into, but I really want to do an origin of Poland video. I love the origins of things, so Gniezno will feature very heavily in that, probably in conjunction with Poznan. That whole region is where this country was born, so I'm very much looking forward to doing that video. Okay, so also in that time, I had a friend from the UK come to stay. And this is my friend Matt, who you may have seen on my Polish stereotype videos. And, so we did a bit of exploring. He stayed for about a week. And we went to on like a walking tour to see, like Jewish cemeteries and things. I also took a separate walking tour with the same guide to learn about the history of the Jewish ghettos here in Warsaw. And, that was very powerful. And it's a video I've thought about doing. It's a big message to send. I'm a little bit scared to do it. But hopefully one of these days I will push myself to know enough to really give that story justice. Okay, so moving on to October. So, the weather's starting to get a bit crappier in Poland, but the journey continued. So I went to Zakopane and spent a bit of time there. And, from Zakopane went into Slovakia. So another new country for me. Just at the northern tip, we stayed in this place, Stary Smokowiec, and we went up into the mountains. And I was really desperate to go to the mountains this year because I had a trip cancelled in April. I love nature, and the mountains are one of the best ways to experience that. And plus, it's a test. It's physically exhausting, and it's a great way to get in shape, and it's a great way to really improve yourself. So I was very happy with that. We went back to Łódź. Agata had a wedding. I had a friend who was getting married, and we were invited. And it was my first opportunity to see a Polish wedding, and it was fun. And then we got a little bit of time in Łódź as well to enjoy some craft beer places and enjoy the rain. And then we finished up the month in Karpacz. Karpacz was a wonderful mountain town again, very different from Zakopane, much more historical, and a wonderful workout in its own, just walking around it. Lovely locals. You could see so much like history and culture there. Really recommend Karpacz. And feel free to check out the video if you haven't so far. November. So this is an interesting month. So it started off in Italy. So Agata has a birthday at the beginning of November, kind of middle. So we went to Italy to celebrate that. We stayed in Bari. We initially tried to fly there, but our flight was cancelled, so we ended up flying to the other side of the island, basically, and getting the Flixbus to get to Bari. And then from there, we went to a few places like Matera, which is a wonderful, wonderful place. Very historical. It's kind of mountainside cliff sort of views. It's like something out of a movie. And, we did a bit of hiking there as well. Absolutely incredible place. I can't recommend Matera enough if you're in that region of Italy. And we went to Monopoly. I didn't see the board game anywhere. I was a bit disappointed. But again, nice little coastal town. Some interesting streets to explore. A few labyrinths, as all of these Italian places seem to have labyrinths in every city. We went to Alberobello, which is famous for these like slated huts, I would say. And that was about all there was to do there. Everything else was pretty much closed. And we went to Olsztyn, the White City, which was a little bit of a letdown. We were kind of, sold by what it said on TripAdvisor and on the web, but when we got there, it was mainly just a few streets to walk around, a few monuments to see. November after this, though, was when me and Agata broke up. It was kind of a mutual thing. I'm not going to go into too much detail. It wasn't an angry thing at all. It wasn't a dramatic thing. It was a thing. And, you know, we're still in contact now. We haven't cut each other out of each other's lives. Her mum still comments on my stuff on Facebook. So it was a good breakup in a way. I think we were looking for different things, and we realised that. So I wish her the best. I really do. And I have no ill feeling. And to be honest, she really helped me to grow. So finishing up with December. So December, well, everything in Warsaw was closed. The weather, it's cold and rainy and not particularly nice. So I saw the Christmas lights. There are a lot of Christmas lights that they put up. So, you know, I went on a bit of a tour around to see those. I went to... oh, what else did I see? Oh yeah, well, okay, not that exciting. I went to the river because I wanted to, you know, just experience it. I wanted to get out, have a walk, and it was dead. I mean, you saw the occasional people walking there, but it was dead, which was very freaky for me. I'm not used to seeing the river like that. Normally it's teeming with life. Even though this year you expect to see a few people out. And then, of course, Christmas I spent here. You may have seen my video. New Year, I'm recording this, and there are some restrictions in the city, and I'm doing my best not to go out because I don't want to get a fine or have any issues with the police while I'm here. It's not worth it. And that was basically my 2020. So I hope you've enjoyed hearing about that. And now I look forward to 2021. So for a start, I really hope that the vaccine goes well, we get the case numbers really down low, and we can return to some normality. Because I think we need normality so much right now. There are a lot of people suffering, a lot of them suffering in silence. There are people I haven't spoken to in months. And when I ask about them, I hear some of them are not doing too well. It's very sad. So I'm hoping that life gets back to normal. I would love to resume traveling. I have a lot of air points from cancelled trips to use up. So maybe I'll go to Spain or somewhere exotic. I don't know. We will see what happens on that front. I definitely want to see more of Poland. You know, partly to provide content for this channel, because I'm starting to run out of things to make videos about from the footage I have. But also, I genuinely want to know more about this country and to explore this country. So there's that aspect. I want to continue to work on my fitness. You know, I'm talking about kind of resolutions now. You know, I really want to, once you kind of get to a certain age, it becomes more important to look after yourself. I want to continue to develop myself, to read more, to educate myself more, to continue to evolve. And I think that should be a lifelong ambition. And hopefully I will actually really push myself with Polish. It's hard. It is really hard for me learning Polish. I'm not very good with languages, full stop. But something like this requires so much effort, so much energy. I'm going to have to do more than use Duolingo. I know that now. I want to say thank you for watching. I think the last count, I am up to 148 subscribers, which, you know, to some people may say, nah. But for me, every subscriber is like, oh, I got a new subscriber. You know, it's very exciting for me. And so I really hope you've enjoyed this video. And I really hope that you will enjoy the videos I intend to make in the future. Of course, I will sign off on, please like and subscribe this video if you haven't done so already. And I wish you all a happy new year. And I hope that everyone in your families, everyone in your friendship circles, you all stay safe and that 2021 will be a better year for all of us. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and we will speak again soon.